How you doing once again, everybody? Tim here, View from the South Stands, coming to you on Wednesday evening after TFC's second to last game of the season. Unfortunately, a 1-0 loss to Santos Laguna in the final game of TFC's fourth in a row Champions League campaign. Thank you, Toronto FC, for not embarrassing us again. There's been a lot of embarrassing moments for this team on the field, whether it be New York in 2009 where the Reds lost 5-0 and their still only real chance to make the playoffs in the history of the team. And by the way, that anniversary was today. That game was 3 years ago tonight. Kind of bittersweet. And of course, there's been a lot of embarrassments along the road this season as well. Not the least of which was an embarrassing defeat in Mexico to Santos Laguna back in the spring that knocked TFC out of the Champions League campaign after the quarterfinal upset against the Los Angeles Galaxy. Still one of the high watermarks, though, for this team was actually getting to the semifinals of the Champions League. And of course, this team does, even though it didn't embarrass us tonight, I don't think, still find some ways to exasperate the hardcore fans game in and game out. Because TFC could have actually scored tonight and scored at least, from my eyes, at least two good chances. The announcers kept talking about three. I remember two specifically, breakaways for Reggie Lamb and Ryan Johnson respectively, that if put away, and let's face it, folks, those goals have to be put away if a team as relatively poor as Toronto FC, playing in Mexico, away at altitude to a really strong team like Santos Laguna, even though they were playing a lot of their, well, for want of a better term, their academy kids. You got to put those balls away. And unfortunately, Lamb and Ryan Johnson, who I'll get to again in a minute, unfortunately weren't able to do so. Now, as I said, Santos did play a lot of kids. Be quiet, Pooch. This is the pug, by the way. This is Fish Stick. He's making noise. Sit down. Be good. Anyway, Santos played a lot of kids, but enough quality players like Quintero and goal scorer Herculez Gomez obviously made the difference. Gomez with a screamer from about 18 yards out to beat Freddie Hall and, of course, secure the win. TFC had to win by 3. Not putting those two balls away early on probably sealed the fate of the game. Now, let's talk about Freddie Hall for a moment. 9 games Freddie Hall has played for Toronto FC, and I'm not including the Liverpool friendly here. 9 games for Toronto FC. In those 9 games, including tonight, Freddie Hall has conceded 17 goals. Yes, he hasn't been playing in front of Nesta and Maldini and the Azzurri from 1982 or anything like that. But still, I don't think he's near good enough even to be a backup goalie for Toronto FC. And I really hope that we've seen the last of him. Maybe it's going to be on Saturday, but I really hope that he's not going to be back here next year, because I don't think he's good enough to carry Milos Kosic's or Stefan Fry's jockstrap, let alone wear the kit and play in net for this team. And I want to actually thank Ryan Johnson. Yes, he missed a goal tonight, but he has been an absolute warrior for this team in the CONCACAF Champions League. A lot of effort, a lot of heart, a lot of determination, a lot of really important goals during this campaign and during the last campaign as well, which kind of bleed together, don't they? Because it seems like, it ended in April and then it's back on again. But it really impressed me, the effort that he put into the Champions League this year, and I really hope that he stays at Toronto, because I really think that he is the kind of player that an MLS team needs. He brings you a certain amount of grit, determination, a certain ability. And if you can get him on a reasonable wage, I definitely think he's somebody to bring back for 2013 and beyond. But to me, I think the story of the night might have been what some people might have even missed, which was Nicholas Lindsay. If you remember, Nicholas Lindsay was one of the kids, along with Matt Stinson, Oscar Cord, and Ashton Morgan, one of the first kids that came from the TFC Academy into the first team. He was making strides with the team in late 2010, and during the off-season between 2010 and 2011, he actually had a snowmobile accident where he was actually injured, not playing for the team, and the injury was severe enough that there were thoughts that he might never ever return. And I had no idea that this was happening. I didn't take a look at the. I was working late, came home, just watched the game, and now I'm talking to you. I didn't see the bench. I didn't know who was on the bench tonight. So when, with about 5 or 6 minutes to play, Nick Lindsay comes on, that really warmed my heart. I was really happy to see that he got some minutes. And I really hope that it's not the last that we see of Nicholas Lindsay either, because if he is anywhere near the type of prospect that he was back before his injury, he very well might be long-term, because he's still only 18 or 19 years old, but long-term he very well might be part of the answer for this team on the wing. He's creative, he's fast, or at least he was, and hopefully he's able to bring that to the team again going forward. Now, it's on to the final game of the season against a team that I absolutely despise, called the Columbus Crew. So it's on to Columbus, the armpit of America. They have nothing to play for. They're out of the playoffs just like us. They had a bit of a better run, obviously, than TFC did. But they're not going to be in the finals. They're not going to be in the Champions League next year. They don't really have a lot to play for other than their home fans and their pride, and the fact that they probably don't like us very much either. But they've got nothing to play for. Neither does Toronto, other than individual pride. So it might be a bit of an even match. And I would absolutely love to see Toronto FC surprise us again. They surprised us with an 0-9 start. They surprised us with a Champions League run, getting to the semi-finals in the Champions League. They surprised us by winning the Voyageurs Cup again this year. They surprised us with a little turnaround under Mariner. Then they surprised us with an absolutely abominable stretch under Paul Mariner that's been continuing right up until last week with the draw against Montreal on the weekend at home to close up shop at BMO Field. So there's been a few positive surprises. There's been a whole hell of a shitload, excuse my language, of negative surprises this season. I'd love to see one embarrassment for Columbus to actually end things off. That would be perhaps a way to actually wipe some of the, at least to a very small degree, wipe some of the bile out of a lot of our mouths that we've been dealing with as we see this team struggle, a team that a lot of us love, struggle so very, very hard this season to make any progress. So here's what I have to say about Saturday coming up against the Crew. You see that? Hook the Crew. And the other side of the scarf has been, personalized as well. This was liberated from Columbus, Ohio by a good friend of mine way back in 2008, the first game where TFC sent 2,000 fans down, and he gave this to me as a birthday gift. And I pull it out every time we play the Crew, and I hope that we're able to actually, show it proudly again on Sunday after TFC ends its season, mercifully, for 2012. So one more video blog to come. Thank you so much for watching, and you folks have yourselves a really good week. Cheers.